Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. This is your host, June Archer. This is the Winner Circle here on thisis50.com. Motivate you. I have who I believe is one of the next, I can't say up and coming because he's been here. When we go through the resume, you're going to realize that this young man has been putting in work, doing his thing, making his magic happen. You are now seeing him on Sundays on Power Book 4, Power Force, part of the Power Universe. Please welcome to the show, Kris D. Lofton. Kris, what's going on, brother?
Love, June. I appreciate you. That was a hell of an intro, dog. I appreciate that.
Really. Yeah, we have to give you the proper setup, the proper alley-oop, and give you your flowers. Like I said, you've been seeing Ballers, Meet the Browns, Snowfall. You're now Power Book 4, Force. How does it feel, man, to be putting in the work? And now I feel like you're really getting your just due with this because you're really out there, out front, making it happen. We get to see the real Kris Lofton put in his work and make his magic happen. How does it feel?
Yeah, man, it feels great, dog, but it kind of still feels surreal as that moment because, like you said, I have been working so long, so it's kind of like, that's what you aspire for. You aspire to not just be the one-off, like I did a lot of shows, and it's generally before I got Ballers. That's why Ballers was so special to me, because I wasn't just there for one episode, a dope guest star come in, kill it, and then I'm gone. You'll never see him again. If I'm lucky, get that second episode, So Ballers was really my first time where I got to develop a character. And I developed them. It ended up being, I was on there 14, 15 episodes of Ballers. Yeah. My character was originally only written for 2. They just kept writing me. They kept writing me 2 or 3 episodes. Kassan was originally supposed to be 2 or 3 episodes. Season 3 was supposed to be over with. Then they just.
I want to hear about that magic, Kris, because right in there, that's where the magic happens. What were you doing? You just said written in for 2, maybe 3 episodes. What did you do? If you can tell us, maybe you know, maybe you don't know. What did you do to extend that?
I feel like if I was in a courtroom, I would have to say, objection, one cannot determine my client's state of mind. But I would like to think that people on set felt like, nah, we got to keep this kid around, because in my head, I know the conscious decisions that I make, and I do that on every set. Like I make conscious decisions to make sure I just do different things, because I feel like in this business more than others, entertainment period, whereas you're an athlete, rapper, or actor, whatever, in this business, we have the most leeway to possibly become detached from humility and reality. You know what I'm saying? It's easy for people in this business to get like that. So I make it my business to have little, just small acts that show that I'll never get that detached, because in our business, there's literally somebody's job for everything. There's somebody who only put tape on the ground. There's somebody who does clothes. There's somebody who does hair. There's somebody who does this. Everybody has a job. So you have to remember that everybody is there to do their respected jobs and profession. You know what I'm saying? So, but sometimes I feel like as a human, I'm like, dog, I'm just going to hang up my clothes that y'all gave me. I'm going to hang them back up for you. And I'm going to walk them over there to the wardrobe trailer and hand it to you and say, thank you. Right. I see y'all tomorrow. And I'm going to do that every day. And they just look so dumbfounded, though, because most actors just, they change out their clothes, leave it thrown on the floor in their trailer. They probably might end up going home with one of the pieces accidentally wore the shirt. Like, I hang it all back up the way they gave it to me. Take my shoes, hand it right back to them. Not gonna go. And it just blows their mind. And like I when we rap or something, rap the first episode, I'll make everybody handwritten notes. I'll go to CVS and get some cards. Ain't nobody writing notes. Wow. Not with a pen.
So where did you get that discipline from, and that little extra piece? Because that extra touch, Kris, is not always seen, but it is a lost art.
Yeah, and that's how I felt. And I feel like, because I feel like I think I always tell my girl it's a Drake line for everything, but he had said, I'm the rookie and the vet. And that's how I feel. Like I'm a rookie because this is the first time y'all seen me at this capacity, at this level, at this magnitude. But at the end of the day, yeah, I'm a rookie, but I've been doing it professionally for 22 years. So I'm the rookie and the vet. So it's like, it didn't start off that way, but by the time I got on Ballers and I just started looking at, you know, the way the game is played and like the pieces that are missing and where I could maneuver and still be Kris. Like, I didn't ever want to have to change who Kris is to make it. And I think that's why it took longer. But my mom always told me fast, fragile, slow, solid. So I was like, all right, cool.
Jim,
it might take a yeah.
Stop right there, Kris. I gotta stop you, Kris. I never heard that one before, Kris.
I never heard that one before.
You said slow, fragile,
fast, fragile, slow, solid.
Fragile, slow, solid.
Yeah. Wow. Anything that happens fast, that shit fragile. But if it happens slow, it's a little bit more solid. It's some foundation to that because it took a minute. I had to work for that. So I would tell myself that, and I'm like, all right, it ain't happening quick for me like it is a lot of people I know, and that's cool. So I'm like, you know what? What's gonna set me apart? I'm like, eventually they're gonna actually care about the acting and not how many followers you got on Instagram, what movie you were just in, what show you were just in, who your girlfriend is, who your boyfriend is,
school, who you study.
Yeah. You know, eventually somebody gonna pick talent. Like, I feel like the business is a numbers game. So eventually somebody gonna pick you. It's just a matter of mentally withstanding the process and the journey of how long it takes until they pick you. And I say, okay, I'm gonna make sure when they do pick me, they're gonna pick me again, because I'm gonna come in and be the guy that does this. And I'm not gonna switch up. I'm not gonna be the dude who do it episode 1, but then by episode 8, I'm acting like that. Nah. And that's what they expect.
Right. So you're making sure you are consistent, you are solid with every opportunity that you have, especially when you walk out on that set.
Yeah, and especially when it's a role that's not like supposed to be prominent. Like, you know, the fans, the average person, they don't know the difference between a guest star, co-star, and a series regular. They just know, I like this show and I like you on it and you're great. They don't know that this guy might be getting paid $60,000 an episode and you might be getting paid $4. They don't know that. They don't know that if your name comes on at the beginning of the show versus the end, those are two different things. They don't know that. They just, man, I love this show. So for me, I always say I cast the shadow of an elephant even though I was an ant. In order to be a giant, you got to cast the shadow of an elephant, even if you're an ant. And that's what I did. From Empire to Ballers, everybody thought I was a series regular on Ballers. You couldn't have told me I wasn't.
Nah, and you did your thing. Empire, you put your foot in that scene with Taraji P. Henson and,
you see what I'm saying?
And stood out like as if.
And I was only in one episode, but they said I was in 2. I was only in one episode of Empire. And that's a whole nother story, because I originally booked the role of Hakeem on Empire, but that's a whole nother story. Like, I was supposed to be, that was before it was Terrence Howard, though. It was originally Taraji and Wesley Snipes. It was when Wesley Snipes first got out of prison. That was going to be his first show back.
Wow.
Taraji said, no, I don't want to do it. I will, you know, that's what I heard. I heard Taraji had said, I don't want to do it. He's on, you know, that's what I heard, that Taraji didn't want to do it. And, you know, and her and Terrence Howard have a great relationship. They work together. They had killed roles in the past.
It would make sense that he would be put in that.
So she wanted them to reach out to Terrence and see if Terrence was available, and he was. And then came Empire. But they loved me. Lee Daniels loved me, and they offered me the role of Kid Fofo, and that's how I got that.
Got you. Nah, you killed that, man. I want to pivot, man. You are working with an amazing cast, Power Force, Joseph Sikora, Shane Harper, Isaac Keys. Kris, how was it working with this amazing cast and supporting cast in this show?
Dog, an amazing experience. I'm gonna start with our leader, Joseph Sikora. I can't even say enough good things about him, bro. Like, just as a human and as an actor. He one of them dudes who I was just saying about myself. He goes above and beyond, like, and especially at a level of success and a magnitude that he is, where he just doesn't have to. He doesn't have to do half of the things that he does, let alone the next step that he goes. Like, that's like, he goes the next step that a normal person wouldn't even have to go, especially somebody of his stature. And for that, you know, I feel like I owe Joseph Sikora my role on this show. I feel like if it wasn't for Joseph Sikora, I would not be Jannard. You know, the show they were doing some things on casting. They had ideas about you know, they had ideas about casting. My audition tape ended up on Joseph Sikora's phone from our friend Renee.
Right. And I want to talk about that. Kris, because here's the thing. There are people who believe you were on Empire, you were on Ballers, Meet the Browns. Like, you don't have to audition. Man, you're Kris Lofton. You'll get this part. Now, and this is why I want to lean on this, Kris, because I thought that the story was amazing, because I don't feel as though enough young people have this same grit, the same let me put myself out there vulnerability. And speaking with my good friend, brother, our mutual friend Renee, tells me you were at a party one night, and you're like, you're chilling, like you having a good time, and he's like, you're not supposed to be here, like you can't be here, like I don't care what you do, but you can't be here, like this is spot is reserved and it's not for you. And you took it upon yourself. And I love this story, and I want you to talk about it. You literally catch 50 at the DJ booth and kind of, you know, whisper in his ear, respectively, like just spitting game, like, hey, introducing yourself, only to find out that here's where the magic happens. He sends you back over
to that dude
to say, hey, man, so your man said to holler at you real quick, which allows you to allow me to reintroduce myself, to have him put your tape in the hands of someone else who can make that decision. I want you to talk about that fearlessness of putting yourself out there, because some people, Kris, are afraid to speak about themselves, speak up for themselves, and put themselves out there.
Man, dog, like, I just looked at it like, at the end of the day, bro, I literally, some people haven't gone to this extent and this extreme, but I gave up everything for this, bro. You know, like, legit, like, no pun intended with the Jannard character, because he be saying that there's some lines where he said, I gave up everything for this. Like, I did. Like, I consciously made decisions. No college. I'm done playing sports. I had full scholarships. Nope. I won't be on TV. I was a rapper. No, I quit rapping. I'm about to do this. Like, I gave up everything. Like, I moved a one-way ticket from Chicago to LA with $300, no job, in a backpack, and slept on floors and sold hoverboards on Hollywood Boulevard and just, like, I gave up everything, bro. Like, so that's what, if all I got to do, if the person, that's the show I want to be on, he's standing right there, oh no. He gonna have to just tell me
there's nothing in my way.
You gotta tell me no, but I'm not the guy who just gonna aggressively do it though. I'm way more methodical and calculated than that. So I played it that way. I knew the owner of that club that 50 was at the party, you know. So I called the owner ahead of time and was like, yo, ain't 50 gonna be there tonight? I wanted to confirm that flyer was real. He said, yeah. I said, bet, bro. And I don't buy bottle service, but that night I did. I said, bro, get me a section, but put my section right next to 50. Can you do that for me? I said, who the DJ? Because I got some DJ friends out there in Dallas. He said, Bebe. Wow. Shout out to Hollywood Big Bebe. I know Hollywood Bebe. That's my dog. I say, okay. I say, man, if ain't nobody going to play me, I say, I don't care if 50 security try to drag me up out of there. Hollywood Bebe not going to let that happen.
Right.
He going to tell him, whoa, chill out. That's my little pop.
That's my guy.
And he might holler at me and tell me I got to move, but he not going to let them play me. So to me, I was safe. I felt secure in that. I felt secure in knowing the owner. So I'm like, I bet. Hey, bro, change all my bottles. I want all Branson, all his champagne. Don't give me no Hennessy, no Casa Azul, no 1942.
Nothing.
All 50 liquor. Bring it.
Intention, Chris.
Intentional. I did that intentionally because I say I know whoever working for him is smart. I know he got a cameraman. They're going to see a random person that they don't know ordering Branson. They're going to get a shot of that. And with that, I feel like, to me, that eye contact that somebody going to give me while making that shot, or that one moment in the video where I go like this to show respect because I see the camera, that's enough for me to walk down there and show my respect now face to face. And in that conversation, I'm going to be like, bro, I ain't no fan. I'm an actor. Yeah, right. I think you look familiar. Yeah, I seen you on something. Go holler at my man Renee. Yeah, I'm about to audition for Raising Kanan on Monday. Now I'm flying back to LA to audition for Raising Kanan. So I'm talking to him about that. I ain't had no clue about Force yet. This 2 years. This was 2019, 18. I ain't auditioned for Force till 2020. This 2018.
Wow.
I was talking about Raising Kanan, like, you know, right. But I just still kept in contact with Renee. And something about that audition, like, as actors or just as artists, period, we we sensitive about our shit. As we should be. I don't show nobody my auditions. I barely really even tell people what I'm auditioning for, let alone let them see the tape I turned in.
Right. Because some people don't get that creative piece where you have to explain it. And if you have to explain it, I can't catch up to speed. I can't.
Exactly.
Well, Kris, why you do that? Why'd you do that? Why you acting like that? Like, why's your voice like that? Why you look like that? Like, can't explain it to you.
But I'm telling you, when I watched that tape, out of my 23 years of acting, bro, I never felt, especially if I had to put it on tape and I could watch it, I watched it and I was like, bro, I think this is the best audition I've ever done in my life. And I've been auditioning, and I ain't never think I've been trash. I've never thought I was trash in any auditions.
Right.
I said, but no, bro. I said,
this is it.
Am I tripping? I said, no, if they don't pick me, I told my girl, I told my mom, I said, Mom, that's the best audition I've ever done in my life, Mama. I said, I don't even really see nobody else. There's nobody else who's even gonna do that in their audition. I said, man, like, dog, I went to the store and got those fake breakaway beer bottles that you can break like real in movies and shit. Because the character was supposed to be at a bar and break a bottle. Like, I went and bought like 8 of them so I can do different takes, and they was real breakaways. I'm breaking them. I'm really pulling out everything. I'm pulling out real straps pointed at the camera, snorting fake lines and everything in the audition tape.
I heard it was crazy, Kris.
Bro, I'm knocking over the tables in the hotel room, everything. Like, bro, I'm Denzel's spit coming out my mouth, looking at the camera, going like, bro, like everything. And I said, Mama, I ain't got nothing else, baby. I gave it all to God at that point. I said, Mama, I ain't got nothing else left in me, baby. If this one ain't it, I don't know.
Man, I appreciate you sharing that story, man. I appreciate that. A lot of people don't go that length. They don't really understand. If you really want it, what will you give up? How far will you go? I want to talk about, you've been working with some incredible people, but I want to narrow it down, man. The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. As you look at your career, man, and you look at, man, I was on this show 10, 13, 12, 13 plus episodes, and now I'm on this show. What is the takeaway that you've taken away from both of these men up to this point, man, that you're like, yo, I got it. Like, I'm in a good place. I'm learning for some really top-notch, dope dudes. Like, what is the difference? What have you learned? What can you share?
Yeah, both of those dudes. And to go back on your last thing, Isaac Keys and Shane Harper and Lily Simmons and Gabrielle Ryan and everybody a part of this cast is amazing and near and dear to me. I learned something from each and every one of them, and we definitely came together as a family. But the difference between working with The Rock and 50, man, you just get to see, the difference between two bosses. There's the difference between Elon or Bezos or whatever, but still bosses in their respective fields. But it's just a different side of it. And I just learned that there's more than one way to skin a cat. And I learned what it's truly like to be the hardest working man in the room, and to be at that level that both of them are at and neither one of them stopped. And both of them still have a level of humility and connection to the people.
Right.
You know, that's the because to me, that's the biggest thing. The people are the biggest thing. I remember 50 told me one night we was at he was at a hosting. He was hosting a party somewhere, and I was with him. And I was like, oh man, that's crazy, Five. I'm talking to him. I'm just like, you're doing your thing. And he was like, yeah, man. He said, I seen people was taking pictures of you. The show ain't even out yet. He said, that's good. He said, man, you just got to keep doing this shit till people don't want to take pictures of you no more. And it's so simple, but made so much sense. It made so much sense. And that's what I feel like a lot of people like have lost touch of. Like, it's not that being on TV is why people recognize you, but being a real person is why they want to take pictures with you. Because if you want a real person, they wouldn't even feel like they could get that close to you to ask you for a picture. So you can never get that disconnected. You have to allow yourself to be connected in a way where people can still feel like, oh, or still want to, man, I got to take a picture with Kris. I got to take a picture with 50. And I feel like that's what 50 taught me in The Rock. The Rock taught me to just, those little small things like I told you I would do.
Yeah.
He's the king of that. But he's the person who can do those small things, but still come 6 hours late, maybe. But it's not because he's late. It's because he was working. And even still, he didn't rush. He didn't treat anybody bad. He still, you know, he was prepared.
He gave him his presence
to work. And he always acted like he wanted to be there. And for somebody like that, to still act like I want to be here, not I have to be here, or I'm obligated to be here, or I'll lose this amount of money if I'm not here. You can kind of feel that attitude on people. Never one time with him. Never one time. Never one time, bro. And I was the dude that was like, yo, The Rock can't be as good as everybody say he is. So I walked in there like, I'm going to find something wrong with him. No.
Nothing.
Like I couldn't, bro, like he the dude that's going to stand out there after he just worked a 13-hour day. If there's 300 people standing by his truck or his trailer, he going to stand there and take pictures with him. He going to sign everything. He going to talk to your mama.
He is who he say he is.
He's exactly who he says he is. And if he ain't, he don't stop that shit until he go to sleep. That's the only time he ain't. If he,
I love it because there's so much humility in that, and just being a human being, man.
And that's how Five is. That's how Five is.
He's like that all day, every day. If you have the opportunity to have a conversation with him, it's crazy. I want to ask you this, man. You play so many taxing roles, man. Very physical. How do you stay in shape? What do you do to stay in shape?
Dog, honestly, my girl and my people probably gonna hate me for saying this on the air, but I'm just one of them country bred dudes, bro. I'm one of them country bred strong ones. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like this, bro. I feel like this. I call it respect the position. That's what I call it. So because of the position that I'm in, I show respect to that position. There's a moment, if I know I'm filming something, I'll start being more intentional about trying to go to the gym because I respect my position. Because there are people who are doing 10 times more than me. You know what I'm saying? I think about the person I was when I wanted to be a series regular, and the lengths and things I was willing to go to and things I would do to get where I am right now. So I'm like, bro, you can't expect that. It ain't some dude out here who probably just ran 5 miles in the gym all day getting strong and swole as hell, who looks better than you with his shirt off, who does, like, you can't be that full of yourself to not think that it's somebody out here going crazy. So to me, there's a certain level of respect that you owe to that position and that title of a series regular or co-star on Power that you just owe to the position. So when we're getting ready to film and during the filming process, I do work out. I even try to eat better and I do all of that. But when we're not, bro, in my normal life, I don't go to the gym. Kris don't jog. Boy, I still eat cheeseburgers. I cook lamb chops just about every other day. I don't go how like this.
You go in.
I go in. I don't know how I look like this, bro. Honestly, I really don't.
Man,
I just blame it on the country genetics.
You are blessed. You are blessed. I want to ask you this, man. Gerard, I want to talk about how you tap into this character. Gerard is very conflicted. You know, he's a boss. His brother's been away. He feels like he's been holding it down. His brother comes back, and now it feels like, man, you trying to take it over. You trying to tell me to do something different. The streets is different since you've been in, and then y'all go head to head, like y'all really get in the ring and get busy. And it's because Gerard can't let go of the fact that I've really been holding this down, and you know what? I'm willing to fight for. I'm gonna put this on the line. And his brother says to him, "You really want to do this? Like you really want this smoke?" Basically. How do you tap into your character, Kris? Because you're doing a great job, brother. You're doing an amazing job. What's the magic behind it?
Thank you so much, bro. You know, I like to say that to be an actor, there is a little hint of insanity in there. You know, there's a hint of it. It has to be, because and there's just one of my biggest things is I feel like in order to be one of the great actors, you can't be worried about what you look like. You know what I'm saying? Because the minute you're too self-conscious to worry about, oh, if I make this face, it's gonna look weird, or there's gonna be this happening, or if I cry ugly, or if I make an ugly face. The moment you worried about what you look like, you losing half of the possibilities of your performance. So I always kept that in mind. And then I just tapped in, bro. Like what I do is I make a playlist for any character I play. I still got them on my phone. I got the Kassan Teague playlist from Ballers. I got my Jannard Sampson from Power. I got a playlist, and I make a playlist of music that I think Jannard listens to. Not Kris. I don't care if Kris was to hear that song. Kris might hear that shit and say, "What is this, nigga? Turn this shit off." That's what Kris might say. So I make a playlist that is purely for Jannard. I don't care. Whatever I think Jannard would like, and that's all I listen to. Like, even when I'm at home in real life, all I listen to, if I know I got to film the next day, all I listen to is that. And then sometimes I would do things like, if I knew I had a scene where I had to be looking at Isaac all crazy and making these crazy faces, I would go to the store. Me and my boy, one of my actor friends, Leroyce Hawkins, he like my brother. He's on Chicago PD. If you watch that show, he plays Kevin Atwater on that show.
Yeah,
that's my
shout out to him.
Shout out to him. We had this birthday ritual because he one of those dudes in college. He was a Q or whatever. So he used to, he used to drink these Mad Dog 2020. We call them bricks, right?
Yep.
So that's like a birthday tradition. Me and him will go get one on his birthday, and we'll drink it together on his birthday every year, no matter what. We say, bro, we don't care how much money we get. We gonna drink Mad Dogs and keep them in our refrigerator just to remind us where we come from. So I would keep a couple bricks of Mad Dog 2020 in my refrigerator, whether I ever touch them or not. They in there regardless at all times. So on moments when I knew I had to go film scenes like that with Isaac, where I got to really just look like a demon, you know, I might have a 7 a.m. call time. I'll be up 1, 2 in the morning running my lines. I'll be standing at the island in my kitchen with all the script pages open, read them all, learning them, and like just saying them out loud to myself or whatever. Drinking Mad Dog 2020 till like 3:30, 4 in the morning.
Wow.
And then wake up, go to set. I am irritated at you. Now it's like, bro, and I've been drinking Mad Dog 2020 since 1:30.
Right. I'm here. But I've been doing this in preparation for it. I'm ready. Roll the cameras. Let's go. Get my coverage first, please, because I'm in this mode. Yeah, get me now. You're gonna get the best me right now.
Like I would do that some nights if on like those big scenes where I knew I had to go crazy on Isaac and had to really hate him, because in real life I love Isaac. That's my dog. So in order sometimes to just take it there on him, I would just be like, yeah, bro. I would call my boy Leroyce and I'd be like, bro, it's a Mad Dog 2020 night. Come run these lines with me. Yeah, and Leroyce would come by with me and run the lines with me. He would be Isaac character for me. And we would be rehearsing at my crib, and me and him would be drinking Mad Dog 2020. And I'd be like, all right, bro, I got a 6 a.m. call time. My driver will be here at 5:30. I'm finna take a little 45-minute nap and go to work, dog. I'm good. Man, no sleep. I would purposely not sleep just so I would look more
run down, tired,
One day,
irritable.
just like I'm tired of your shit. I'm hurt or I'm irritated. It shows irritation. I remember I read something on Marlon Brando and no, what's his real name? Who played Tony Soprano? I forget his real name. R.I.P. to him, by the way.
Yeah.
The Tony Soprano, the actor who played Tony Soprano, he used to put rocks in his shoes and walk around, so he would really be mad and irritated. Like he would put rocks in his shoes and do all type of crazy. He said he would do nothing but just like go without, because he loved coffee. If he had to film an irritating scene, he would not drink coffee all day.
Coffee, yeah.
He would not drink coffee all day and then tell him turn the cameras on.
Yeah, Joseph Gandolfino.
Yeah, Galvadingi or something like that.
Yeah.
Galvadani. I feel so disrespectful.
Tony Soprano.
R.I.P. to my guy. I feel so disrespectful. I should know your name, but Tony Soprano, man.
Tony Soprano.
I remember I watched a couple like interviews, and that's what he said he would definitely put rocks in his shoes to take it there, like little things of method acting. So I give it to method acting and just like isolation. I isolated myself a lot.
No, that's dope. I want to ask you this, man. So many ups and downs over the years. Saying you put in 20 plus years in this thing, man. What have you done? I sense that you have a great relationship with your mom and your girl. You talked about words of wisdom and nuggets that you got from both 50 and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. What words of wisdom have you gotten from your mom that allowed you to overcome obstacles, closed doors, no's that you've gotten over the years when you really wanted to part, that you could share with somebody who's going through a tough time right now?
Man, my mom would drop a couple little gems, man. Like one of them that stuck with me, and I got it tatted on me because it was my favorite scripture for what shall it profit a man to gain the entire world but lose his own soul. And that stuck with me because it's like at the end of the day, bro, I don't want it that bad. Like it's cool. This is fun. This is cool. This is like amazing. This is dope. I love it. But I don't want it that bad, bro. You know, like you got to have some absolutes. That's what my mom always told me. You got to have some absolutes.
Absolutes.
You got to, in anything, not just in business, in life. You like, because a man or a person with no absolutes, how can you trust that person? In anything, you can't trust a person who don't have no absolutes because there's no standard or code or morality that they live by because they have none. They have no absolutes of nothing they won't do, or you know what I'm saying? And you just can't allow people to prey on your vulnerabilities. That's something that I would tell people. Don't allow people to prey on your vulnerabilities. And if your vulnerabilities happens to be the lack of work or the lack of finances, don't allow people to prey on that vulnerability, because being broke is a vulnerability. And somebody could wave something in front of your face that changes that vulnerability, and you liable or bound to do anything. And that's where the absolutes come into play. And don't let nobody prey on those vulnerabilities. I tried my hardest through my career to not make business decisions with a poor man's mentality. Just because, I don't know how I'm going to pay my rent, and they offer me like a quick little $6,000 to do this little movie, but I know it ain't going to be good, and I don't really want my name attached to it, and somebody probably going to look, nah, bro.
All money ain't good money.
Yeah, bro, so like I had to like slow down, like you say, sometimes you got to play the long game. Like we said in the beginning, fast, fragile, slow, solid. So
I love that.
Sometimes you got to be intentional and not worry as much about instant gratification. I feel like us as a people, we worry way more about instant gratification than looking at some shit that could potentially happen. And I always was the person that cared about the potential of something. Like, because if somebody I knew who I felt like I aspired to be them one day, or live a life of freedom that they lived one day, or be them one day, or be like them, somebody I looked at as like a mentor, if they were to ever call me and say, hey, I'm doing this on this day in this city, come here, I would just go. Like, even then, I wouldn't care if my bank account was negative. I'm about to make it more negative. That was me.
Something happened. Yeah,
that was just me though. Like, because I didn't care about instant gratification. Like, no, he's not about to pay me. What do you pay me? Why would he pay me? Like, nah, like I'm going though. I'm about to be there. And a lot of people are not, because a lot of people are worried about the instant gratification. Is he going to give me a job? Am I going to start working for him? Is he going to put me in one of his shows, in one of his movies? then why am I going? And I feel like with that attitude, you'll be working here forever. That's something I say. Anytime I get people who are rude to me in like service jobs, I feel like an asshole, but that's what I say to them. I'll be like, you know what? Don't worry about it. But with that attitude, you'll be working here forever.
And that's what they put out into the universe. It's not necessarily a bad thing. I get it. I don't want people to misconstrue what you're saying, but
yeah, that's what you tell somebody who doesn't see the bigger picture, bro.
Right.
With that attitude, you'll be working here forever. If people don't see the bigger picture of how one small play could equal something greater later, instead of worrying about people want that $20 tip today instead of getting shitted on, getting no tip, and then next month he comes back and give your silly ass $1,500. Silly,
Right.
I'm more worried about knowing him. I don't care if you give me a $20 tip today. I'd rather you give me nothing the next 5 times you in here, but make it your business to come sit down and talk to me for 5-10 minutes.
Right. And you don't even know what you may get out of the conversation.
Me, that's perfect. More than that little 20 every day. I'd rather have
in game, and you're like, I can't even pay for the amount of education you just gave me.
I'd rather that, bro. Like, keep that little $20. What I'm gonna really do with that? It's not life-changing money, but a lot of people still want the instant gratification of something that's not even gonna change their lives and or the people's lives around them. I'm more worried about changing my life and the people's lives around me. Because you ain't nothing until you can put people on. So if my life is only changed, I still ain't made it yet.
Right.
I'm just almost there. Because now, okay, maybe I made it. But now when I can start touching and bringing,
that's when you've done something. That's when you've done something.
That's when you've done something, bro.
Man, listen, I've been playing this game called University of Dope. We're going to play it with the great Kris D. Lofton right now. Unpopular opinions are welcome. The game is called University of Dope. It's a hip-hop trivia game. We're just going to jump into it. Now, Kris, you only have the opportunity to pass one time. So I would just one time. Unless you're feeling froggy, I would say just go ahead and do it.
I bet.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is University of Dope with the great Kris D. Lofton. Kris, worst rapper in Hollywood, is it A, Will Smith, B, Nick Cannon, C, Bow Wow, or D, Marky Mark?
Oh, that's easy. Nick Cannon. Terrible. The worst. Worst of all time.
Dopest duo, is it A, Mobb Deep, B, Method Man and Redman, C, Jadakiss and Styles P, or D, Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre?
That's subjective. I want to know, are we talking dopest as humans or dopest as just strictly rappers?
Let's go on record.
On record? All right, I'm going to say probably Snoop and Dr. Dre.
I love it. If someone wanted to experience hip-hop for the first time, Kris, what album would you give them? A, The Low End Theory by Tribe Called Quest. B, Enter the Wu-Tang, 36 Chambers by the Wu-Tang Clan. C, Straight Outta Compton, NWA. Or D, Paid in Full by Eric B. and Rakim.
For the first time, I'm gonna go C. You got to go Straight Outta Compton. I'm not going because I would want to mold your lane of music for the future more that route.
All right. I love that. Drum roll, please. The best hip hop soundtrack. Is it A, Friday, B, Above the Rim, C, 8 Mile, or D, Juice?
Ooh. A, Friday.
All right, Day, I see you. Mixtape Master, pick the best DJ from the following. Is it A, Funk Master Flex, B, DJ Clue, C, DJ Green Lantern, or D, DJ Envy?
Oh, now Drama was Gangsta Grill, so Flex, Clue. I'm gonna go damn. It's gonna be either Flex or Green Lantern. I'm skipping. That's the one I'm gonna skip.
This is the one you gonna skip?
I'm gonna skip that one.
All right.
I'm gonna skip that one because I don't want to. Yeah, I'm gonna skip that one.
All right. Make It Rain, Kris. The best song about strip clubs. Is it A, I'm in Love with a Stripper, T-Pain, B, P-Pop and Ludacris, C, Tip Drill Nelly, or D, Bands That Make a Dance by Juicy J?
For Making It Rain, Bands That Make a Dance.
All right.
Bands That Make a Dance, yeah.
I know you love Ma Duke, so this is appropriate. The best song dedicated to your moms. Is it A, Miss Jackson, Outkast, B, Hey Mama, Kanye West, C, All I Got Is You, Ghostface Killer, or D, Dear Mama, Tupac?
Oh, I'm from Chicago. It's Hey Mama, Kanye. Easy.
You're stranded on a deserted island, but you can only listen to one album. What will it be? A, Black on Both Sides, Mos Def, B, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill by Lauryn Hill, C, 3 Feet High and Rising by De La Soul, or D, The Chronic by Dr. Dre?
I just ain't gonna listen to no music because I don't want to listen to one of those forever at all. But if I had to pick, I guess I'm gonna go with Dr. Dre, The Chronic. If I gotta pick, I don't want to listen to any of that.
Lights, Camera, Action, the best film with a rapper in it. Is it A, Belly?
I don't even need to pay them full.
See, and now that we on it, are you related to Camron? Because everybody wants to know, are you a Camron related?
Nah, we not. I don't know. It's just real recognize real.
If these 4 MCs were on the same track today, Kris, who would come out on top? A, LL Cool J, B, Rakim, C, KRS-One, or D, Big Daddy Kane?
Oh, I honestly, I would have to say, LL, because LL still been working, man. He probably still got he been trained, he been exercising that muscle a little bit more than them guys. I think he gonna wash them.
Shout out to L. The best Jay-Z album, in your opinion, from the few, is it A, Reasonable Doubt, B, The Blueprint, C, Volume 2, Hard Knock Life, or D, 444?
It's between B and C, I think. I'm gonna go Blueprint.
Who is winning in a jailhouse brawl, Kris? Is it A, The Brat, B, Remy Ma, C, Young M.A., or D, Foxy Brown?
What? Young M.A. finna, yeah, but I don't know. The Brat from Chicago, though. I don't know. That's tough. In my heart, though, I want to say Young M.A. will get him. She just a little different than the rest of them.
Who do you trust? The weather's about to get warm. Who's gonna make your potato salad this summer, Kris? Is it A, Rick Ross, B, Action Bronson, C, Fat Joe, or D, Raekwon the Chef?
None of them, because I wouldn't dare eat potato salad. I wouldn't eat potato salad.
I'm gonna let you slide on that one because it's so. You can't eat anybody potato salad, bro.
I'm not eating. I wouldn't care. Jesus could come make some potato salad. I'm gonna respectfully decline, Jesus. I respectfully decline your potato salad, guy. I'm sorry. Can't do it.
Reinstate one back into hip hop. If you could, would it be A, Guru, B, Jay Dilla, C, Nate Dogg, or D, Big Pun?
Nate Dogg. Easy. We need them hooks, man. RIP everybody on that list.
One gotta go. If you had to choose, who would you let go? A, J. Cole, B, Drake, C, Kendrick Lamar, or D, Childish Gambino?
Is this even a real? This is a trick question, right? It's rhetorical.
You only had the opportunity to pass once, so
no, this is rhetorical. Childish Gambino, everyone knows that. Anybody who picks anybody different is insane. Who? Childish Gambino. Bye.
Erase one person from hip hop history if you had to. Would it be A, Swiss Beats, B, Dr. Dre, C, The RZA, or D, Timbaland?
Oh my God, no, they all very influential. But I'm gonna have to say C, RZA, because I never really listened to Wu-Tang. I never really I'm an 80s baby, but the end of the 80s, I'm 88. I never really listened to it. Like I know the songs, like I know Cash Rules, everything around me, Cream, Get the Money, $dollar bill. That's cool. But after that, I couldn't really tell you. After that, it was Method Man and Redman for me. It wasn't the Wu-Tang. It was just like Method Man, Redman. And then like I never, so he would have to go for me. The other ones I actually kind of could say I'll listen to. So no, they can't go. They can't go.
Okay. As we round out the last card, erase one person from hip-hop history. If you had to do it, would it be A, Nas, B, the Notorious B.I.G., C, Tupac, or D, Jay-Z?
Nas. Just for personal reasons.
Okay. Say no more. Ladies and gentlemen, that is University of Dope with my man, Kris D. Lofton. Unpopular opinions are welcome. It is all fun and games. We love the artists in this card game. And, it's nothing like hip-hop trivia and knowledge. Kris, for you, man, music is a soundtrack to our lives. For you, up to this point, what song best represents your journey up to this point? Or what artist embodies your journey up to this point?
Drake embodies it. I'm a Drake stan. Anybody who knows that about me, I'm a Drake head. I love Drake, man. Like I would probably go like all those songs that he do, like, you know, he name them the calm, the remorse, those songs, the calm, like all of those, like those. It's just like he just say so many things. It's like, you know, he just say so many things that just hit so close to home for me. He's what he say? Every first date is interrupted by my fame because every picture taken is a fan that you can gain. They love it when you smile, unaware that it's a strain, but it's a curse you got to live with when you're born to entertain. Like, look, just like, you know, he said, you know what I'm saying? Like, my father asked me how I got a rose and I went and got a range, but he paying for his cigarettes with dollars and some change. And I can only feel his pain because in Memphis, Tennessee, there's only so much to attain. So I'm out the form at the counter once again. He say he love me. I just hope he doesn't say that shit in vain. Like, bro, like I would literally listen to that shit. Like, bro, is this not my life? I would listen to it like, yeah, bro. That's the same.
Okay.
Drake is the soundtrack to my life, but when he get to talking like that on the remorse, the calm, all those songs,
You feel that?
Yeah, bro. That shit hit different for me. Like, yeah, especially because he get to talking. I was on TV making 50 racks a year. After helping mama out, the shit would disappear. I am not a man. I can't do this on my own. So I started asking them if they would put me on. And they did put me on. Like Drake he be talking, bro. I'll be like, nah, bro. I'll be like, yeah, this man.
He got bars. So let me ask you this. We're celebrating 17 years of the Massacre. 50 Cent.
Yeah.
You are on Power Book 4, Power Force.
Go.
What is your favorite 50 Cent song and verse or lyrics that you could spit?
Oh man, my favorite 50 song is Many Man. You gotta go Many Man. Like, you got to. On the Massacre though, what was my favorite song on the Massacre? I would have to go with either Ski Mask Way or This Is What You Call Ride of Music. All the gangsters are riding to it. Like, on that album, that beat was just ridiculous, bro. But I would have to say Many Man is my favorite 50 song of all times. They put money on my head. Go and get your refund, motherfucker. I ain't dead. I'm the diamond in the dirt. And I ain't been found. I'm the underground king, and I ain't been crowned. When I rhyme, something special happen every time. I'm the greatest. Something like Ali in his prime. Like, yeah, he just 50 was different, bro. Like, I remember I see all them interviews when people like Irv Gotti and all them people, they was like, yo, I remember the first time we heard 50 in the club. He said, I went to the office and said, we got a problem. He said
got us a problem. New York has got a problem. I think Jay said too. Jay-Z said, yo, we've got a problem.
We got a problem. And I feel like it's crazy to hear people like Jay-Z and all those people feel that way, because that's how 50 made me feel too, bro. When I heard all that, what up, blood? What up, gang? Stuff. Like what? Like, bro,
I walk around like I got an S on my chest.
Bro, like Wankster
and a vest on my chest.
When all that came out, bro, like we was like, bro, like who is this? Get Rich or Die Trying album, bro. Like, it was over with. I still remember vividly. I was in high school, bro. Like, that came out. It was like, bro, it's a problem. Who is this? And now to look at him be Curtis Jackson
and reinvent himself,
amazing, crazy. Bro. Like,
crazy.
Can't talk about Five, bro. Like, can't nobody talk nothing about Five. He done lived 5 different lives and was at the top in all 5 of them. You know what I'm saying?
Who motivates you to walk in your dopeness, Kris? Like, who do you look at and say, man, like, is it the Denzels? Is it the 50s? Who else is it that allows you to walk in your dopeness, man, and be unapologetic about who you are and whose you are?
Yeah, dog. That's kind of how I feel. It's the 50s and the people like that, and the people like, honestly, the Snoop Dogs in a sense. Not like, I wasn't even the biggest fan of Snoop's music. Like, I didn't even really listen to it like that. I'm from Chicago. That wasn't really my thing like that. So I didn't even listen to it like that. But when I look at the way, like you said, he could unapologetically be himself and do anything he wants to do and nobody question it. Snoop can go, he can be smoking a blunt right here live on TV, go cook with Martha Stewart, go make a gospel album, and then go act in a movie. with real celebrities and A-list stars, and ain't nobody gonna say nothing. And he can go make an album rapping about fuck the police, and then go play a cop if he wants to. Like, and I look at that and I'm like, and all the while he never stopped being Snoop.
Right.
He was still smoking, telling people I love smoking. Still, like, you have to find the perfect balance to make people okay with it and not make people afraid of it and make it welcoming, you know, and still feel welcoming. So people like 50 and Snoop, how they have managed to be able to keep themselves true. I look at people like that and I look up to like the Jamie Foxxes and like people like that, bro. And then on the rap side, I look up to like the Drakes, I told you, stuff like that. And what's crazy is, because of me being from Chicago, it wasn't that many like actors I looked up to because I didn't want to be like them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm from the inner city. We wanted to be like the dope boys. We wanted to be like the drug dealers. I just don't want to go to jail, but I want to be like you. I want to dress like you. I want to look like the dope boys or the rapper or the dude who in the league, the dude in the NBA. I didn't want to be, every actor I saw to me looked like a lame. I didn't want to be him.
Right.
And that was, my mom wasn't even on acting then. So to me, it was more like more rappers were influential to me because I wanted to be them. And now to watch them transition and turn that shit into some mogul business, acting, writing scripts, producing shit, directing, like, there we go, 5. But you still at the club with your girl who's a queen, who bad in her own right, just like me. Like, I look at myself like baby 50. Me and my girl, we the baby 50 and Cuban. We our version. We our own dope version of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's the type of people that I used to look at. The rappers, it wasn't really, I was looking at Denzel like I want to act like him, but I never wanted to like be him. I'd rather be 50 Cent.
Yeah.
Because that's the type of dude I am. Like, I'd rather be 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't watch Shakespeare. I don't go to plays. That's not me. I don't, you know. I'd rather be sitting in the studio while one of my homies is recording his album. I'd rather be sitting there than go watch a play. That's just me, though.
Man, Kris, this has been amazing. If you're watching, you listening, a lot of gems dropped by Kris D. Lofton. Listen, all money ain't good money.
Good money, though.
And slow and steady wins the race. And be careful of those things that will lure you. Don't make decisions on an empty stomach. So many gems. Kris, where can we follow you? What's next? And how can we support what you're doing?
Man, honestly, it's right here. Let me move it over. Boom, right here. This is my Instagram right here. Y'all can follow me on Instagram, and on Twitter. It's real Kris D. Lofton, man. And just stay in tune. And y'all can follow me like that. My website is krisdlofton.com. It's getting updated as we speak. But if there's bookings and anything like that, you can go there. I'm gonna be selling merch on there. I got a lot of stuff I'm about to try to drop, and I'm writing, and I got shows that I'm trying to get produced and all of that myself. But I'm just, right now we acting. We're going to focus on one thing at a time. Remember, I told you I'm a little bit more methodical than that. So we're going to focus on one thing at a time. I got to make 50 some more money first, you know, before I start being out here trying to make my own shows. Let me act first.
Let act first.
Let me act first.
Kris, we appreciate you, man. We love you, brother. I love you. Keep doing what you're doing. You know, I'm here if you need anything, and we're going to get this money together. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Kris D. Lofton. Catch him on Sundays on Stars, Power Book 4, Power Force, with the great, amazing Joseph Sikora, Shane Harper, and of course, Isaac Keys.
Everybody.
That's Kris Lofton. I'm June Archer. This is the Winner Circle here on ThisIs50.com. Listen, be sure to tell somebody you love them today, man. Tomorrow's not promised. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. God bless y'all. Peace.
Number love, dog.